Just down the stretch, is that a team with veteran point guard, CJ McCollum, that knew how to execute better?
Yeah, it was the shot making. They were setting screens and getting into isolations. And the problem with that team is when they are going to one guy, whether it's Nurkic or Simons or McCollum, they have shooting all over the floor. So when you start double teaming or trying to give them more attention than the other guys, they swing, corner three from Cove or swing to Simons and he's attacking. So they're a very talented offensive team, and we struggled down the stretch for sure guarding them.
How the game started offensively, it was 9 turnovers in the third quarter. How much of that is just a result of not having Kevin?
Probably a good amount of it. They did have active hands, like really active hands when we were either in pick and roll or dribble handoff or get into our drive and kick game. They had active hands and we weren't making the correct plays. So talked about it at halftime, did a little bit better in the second half, not much better. But yeah, not having your starting point guard, especially as well as he'd been playing. He had what was it, like 25 assists and 6 turnovers or something like that in 3 games. So his size at the point definitely helps. But we'll get it back together for sure.
It seems like you guys did a really good job of getting KJ in advantageous spots in the third quarter to score.
Yeah.
And that's some of that spark you need to really get back into the game.
Yeah. I was super proud of the guys as far as our fight tonight. We didn't necessarily show that fight in the San Antonio game as far as getting back into the game. And that's what I told the team before. After the game, we dug ourselves a hole in the first quarter. And we are competitive and we fight and we have grit and we'll work ourselves back into the games. But the problem is the beginning, like don't put yourself in the position where you have to, exhibit all of those things. So, I was definitely proud of KJ and the way that he played and the energy that he brought off the bench. Josh Christopher, the energy that he brought off the bench and that group that brought us back. They did a really good job.
Christian played that whole third quarter and then the start of the fourth. Was that something you guys just talked about? Was he just like, don't take me out, coach, keep me in? What was that?
Yeah, he obviously didn't want to come out for sure. But he was playing well. He was basically getting every rebound that we needed. He was, I think tonight might have been his best job offensively when they had the 4 on him. Sometimes that can get us stagnant or we can have some bad offense. When they have the 4 on him and the 5 on Tate, but this is his best job of kind of attacking that.
How good was to see Jalen stay aggressive tonight?
Yeah, Jalen's always going to be aggressive, so that was good. He got to the free throw line a bunch. He made a few jumpers, which is good, and hopefully he's moving in the right direction. But as I continue to say with him, it's shot quality, it's continuing his work, and he did some really good things defensively. He was fighting over screens and making himself small so he couldn't get screened and doing some really good things on the ball. So, Jalen's going to be fine. He's going to be just fine.
Was his orchestration of the offense because Scoot was there not kind of what you wanted to see from him in the moment to run?
A little bit. I thought we were disorganized at times just because of the nature of not having Scoot out there. And sometimes Eric would just kind of like let Jalen run it where, tomorrow I think I needed to do a better job of kind of getting them better organized when Jalen has the ball and Eric's in the opposite corner. We have a few things to go to, but there were times that we were disorganized on that. So, but overall, when he has the ball and he's in attack mode, good things generally happen and, we just got to continue that.
Is it important for you to highlight those little plays with him, especially on nights where he's not shooting the ball? Like you said, the defensive stuff, you have the rebounds against the Warriors last week. Is it important for you to highlight those with him so that he's not just thinking about the shooting?
100%. Yes. He can play well and not make shots. And there's guys in this league who can play well and not make shots. And, we try our best not to attach good play to whether the ball goes in or not, because there's going to be nights like tonight, for our example, where we were 10 for 41 from three. And if we were 20 for 41 from three, we would have won the game going away, you know? So, there's just a lot to it, but the details, the small things, the things that he has like markedly improved on and our group has markedly improved on. Yeah, we highlight those things, and there's a very rare film session where we don't highlight the little things. It's mostly mostly positive, and then we'll go over some of the negative things that we do as a group as well.
Is it hard to convince a young guy to essentially ignore that top line number and focus more on some of the little things that don't show up in the box?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's very hard because, you know, everybody wants to see you score, and the first thing that they look at is the points. And the first thing that they look at on the bottom line of the ticker or whatever is how many points did he have? Or how many points did he not have? So it is hard for guys to, kind of concentrate and understand that they can still play well when they're not shooting the ball as well as they want. But he continues to put hours and hours of work into it. So he's going to be fine.
You talked about Christian earlier. How much gets lost in the narrative of just how good he is?
I mean, I think a lot of people think he's really good. I do. So I don't know if it gets lost in the narrative or not. I don't really know what the narrative is, honestly, but, there's times where he can do pretty much anything he wants. He can bring the ball up the floor and finish. He can give it up and run hard. He got one tonight where he gave it up, ran hard and got a dunk. He can pop for threes. He can catch it on a smaller guy, isolate him and put him in the basket. And then defensively, he can protect the rim and kind of anchor our defense when he's really concentrating on it. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's a really good basketball player. So if that gets lost, I need to do a better job of pumping it up.